Very well struck.
Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Rick Vaughn, the Vice President of Communications for the Tampa Bay Rays. Rick, how do you think this game has been shaping up for us? Um, 6 runs in the second. How about that? Um, I, I, I just got some information from one of my sources that says Joe Madden decided to bring a minor league pitcher. What 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 are you seeing out of this minor league pitcher?
Well, Jake Odorizzi, he actually came up and made a start on our last road trip, and in Toronto, and he pitched pretty well. And he's one of the players that came over in the Shields trade, the James Shields trade, and the Wade Davis trade to the Royals. So he's got a good arm. I think what's happened today is perhaps that Jose Fernandez, who went to school, and I think he spent a good time growing up around Tampa, but he definitely went to high school at Alonzo in Tampa. I think he's a little amped up today. He's throwing the ball, maybe trying to overthrow a little bit, and as a result, he's given up. He's had some troubles with his control, and he's given up 6 runs. So I think that might be part of the problem today. He might have been a little too excited.
Yeah. Um, and and what what do you think will happen over the next few uh, days before they come back to face Baltimore?
Well, I think when we go on the road to play the Marlins down there, it's going to be a good series. Their record is not very good, but their pitching has been quite good. Their pitching is better than ours, really. When you look at it, their team ERA is below ours. So I think it's going to be a kind of a defensive series the rest of the way. This game tomorrow here, and then the 2 games in Miami.
Um, Rick, how has how 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 do you think the season has progressed so far?
Well, I think that we have played. Um, we haven't played really well, but yet we're still only one game over. We're still one game over 500, even though our bullpen has not been really good at all compared to last year's bullpen. Fernando Rodney's he's been struggling a little bit, and all of our relievers have. So our pitching hasn't really been all that good. But our offense has kind of carried us to this point. So hopefully, the pitching will turn around for the second half of the season, and or the last 110 games or so, and it'll propel us up to the top.
And I know, you are very community based with the players we have. How do you think how do you think the players feel in the community and on the field?
Well, I think we're fortunate because we have a lot of younger players that have come to play for us here. They've come up through our minor league system, and they really have put down roots here. They enjoy living here. They enjoy being a part of the community. And even the players that we've had that have played and gotten traded away have kept their homes here because they really like living here. And so as a result of that, I think they really work hard to get themselves assimilated into the community, get to know their neighbors, get to know people, get to know different causes that they can help, things that are particularly of interest to them. And it really makes it for a great organization. And then they, in turn, they sort of pass that way down. The next group of players that comes in, they see how our guys are in the community, and they also get involved. It kind of becomes something that's part of the deal. They get it. This is what is expected of the Rays when they're here. And when it comes to on the field, I think Joe Madden has a way of doing things that's very unique that other teams don't do. we treat our players like men. You know, we allow them to do things that prepare for the game the way they want to prepare, and allow them to be themselves. And I think, as a result of that, a lot of players like to play here.
What have you seen the Rays completely turn around since last season?
Well, I think our hitting is definitely much better than it was a year ago. There's no question about that. So, yeah, I would say from an offensive standpoint, we really have turned things around. And I think some of the new players that we've added, like James Loney and Kelly Johnson, have had a lot to do with that. So, I like the way the offense is turned things around, and hopefully it can continue throughout the season.
And how? And do you think my score prediction might be correct? 9-0.
Well,
since we're here at 6-2 right now.
Well, I would say that they have scored, so I think your 9-0 prediction might not make it. Might not be right, but I do think we could score 9 runs, though. So I would say that your total of 9 runs is a good prediction, and I hope it comes true, because that should be enough runs for us to win most nights.
And what have you actually been able to observe the players doing within the community and off the field?
Sure. Well, to begin with, again, as I mentioned before, some of our players pick special things that they like to be involved with, and starting with Evan Longoria, and he has directed most of his community efforts towards the Moffitt Cancer Center, and it does a lot of goodwill at the Moffitt Cancer Center. Is at a lot of their events, and also has gotten very involved with pets, and he works very closely with the Pet Pal Animal Shelter in St. Petersburg, and has done some fundraising there, has visited the shelter, has rescued some dogs himself, and that's where a lot of his efforts have gone. And a lot of our players are involved with our foundation, and they help out in various ways in the community through the Rays Baseball Foundation, and our foundation is geared towards helping youngsters in education.
Can you mention about the Red Cross and the tornado?
Yes. As a Major League Baseball, that's a very good point, Matt. Major League Baseball has all the teams together, have joined together to make a rather large donation to the Red Cross to help out the relief of the victims from the tornadoes in Oklahoma. And we've had a number of players on their own have in Major League Baseball have started some initiatives as well. And I think the Rays are going to be announcing something about that at some point soon as well. And so it's a very important part of what we do.
And as you basically said, the Tampa Bay Rays are more community-based. As all the players prosper, they always keep thinking, what can I do to help the community?
Yes, that's a great thing. It's a lot of the makeup that we have with our players, and it also starts with our manager, Joe Madden. Joe has chosen to help the homeless here in Tampa Bay, and every year in December he hosts something that we call Thanksmas, where he will go out and purchase food and cook the food and serve the food to. Every year we serve approximately 1,000 homeless people in the Tampa Bay area. We visit Salvation Army centers, and that's been his area. But I think he sets the tone for our players when they see him as active as he is in the community. I think it makes it easy for them to want to be involved as well.
as as you're talking, I'm taking notes about what you're saying.
Good.
You're saying that if you read it and you'll
Well, I look forward to reading your notes. I find your notes to be quite good, quite interesting. I'm going to also say that I've really enjoyed being on the air with you today, Matt, and look forward to doing it again soon.
what about the bottom of the sixth?
The bottom of the what?
6 minutes.
Come back for the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it, buddy.
All right.
Take care.